Hey, what's going on? Man, I was chatting with a couple of clients early in the week, and it doesn't matter, what phase of life you're in, whether it's your work life, whether it's your husband, whether it's a husband-wife life, whether it's a father-mother life, whether it's your gym life. We're all kind of seeking balance, but there's something you should consider when seeking balance. So like I said earlier, I was chatting with some clients. They were trying to figure out what was the right diet for them so they can utilize this side of life, which will make their life completely easier far as like meal prepping and things of that nature. And they were just trying to find something that was simple, easy to use, easy to do, which they can incorporate every day, day in and day out. All right. And instantly I thought about this hot topic that was, I don't know if it's still hot to this day, but when I was in corporate America, it was a super hot topic. All right. It was that work-life balance. All right. And I like to think of it as yin and yang. All right. Whether it's we're seeking balance, with our work-life balance, our energy and mood balance, our family and self-care balance. Like we seek balance like a moth to a flame. I'm going to let you know a little secret. Come a little closer. There's nothing absolute with balance. See, even that little yin and yang symbol, on one side, the white side, there's a little black dot to it. And on the black side, there's a little white dot that's in it as well. This symbolizes nothing's absolute, even in balance. And in my humble opinion, one of the greatest movies that talked about balance and absolutes is Star Wars. Yeah, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Anywho, you got the light side. Luke Skywalker, he represents the light side. You got the dark side of the Force, which is represented by Darth Vader. And both are equally balanced with the Force, all right? But both have a little light in them, both have a little darkness in them. And this is kind of represented during that fight scene between Luke and his father. Yeah, Darth Vader's Luke Skywalker's father, if you're not a Star Wars fan. But anywho, it's that fight scene in Return of the Jedi when they're duking it out in front of Count Dooku. They're just duking it out, lightsaber, pew 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 pew, just duking it out. And Darth Vader says something to Luke, which enraged him. He becomes angry. And when you're on the light side of the Force, anger is not your power. It's not your power source. But Luke becomes enraged, he becomes angry, and he just starts fighting Darth Vader, just going all out, just with anger and with rage. And he's fighting, and finally he chops Darth Vader's hands off, and the Emperor's looking at Luke like, yeah, go ahead and kill your father. Go ahead and kill Darth Vader and take his place. And Luke stops, turns his lightsaber off, look at the Emperor, and tells him, nah, I'm not doing that. See, there's still good in my dad. There's still good in my father. I know there is. And I'm not gonna become him. This enrages the Emperor. The Emperor started hitting Luke Skywalker with some light beams. Just started electrifying him. And as Darth Vader's watching the Emperor electrocute Luke Skywalker's son, like he's like lighting him up. Darth Vader realizes Darth Vader all of a sudden sees oh man, this dude's about to kill my son. So he takes the Emperor, throw him down the shaft. All right. And in that moment, Darth Vader represents everything that's darkness. But in that slight little moment, that little white light that's in all of that darkness showed up to save Luke. Now I tell you this story to simply tell you this. You can find balance between prepping your food, taking care of the kids, taking care of a wife or a husband, taking care of a spouse, getting in some of the best shape of your life, hitting the gym, and actually enjoying life. You can find balance between all that stuff, but it won't be absolute, all right? It just won't be absolute. Just recognize that there's gonna be some things you're gonna have to give up from time to time in order for that scale to balance.